Breaking news, Notre Dame has its quarterback out of the transfer portal, and it is Duke's Riley Leonard. We're going to talk about this addition in the video here with Blue and Gold's Tim Hyde. Of course, before we dive into it, hit the thumbs up on this video, subscribe to our channel for more content, and you can find much more coverage on Leonard's decision to pick the Irish and much more over at blueandgold.com. So, Tim, let's just dive right into it. This was really since before he entered the portal, we were hearing that Notre Dame might go get that Duke quarterback. Heck, ever since Notre Dame played Duke, I was hearing just how much the Irish admired this kid, and how he played in that slight win for the Irish on the road in Durham. 6'4", 212 pounds from Fairhope, Alabama. 1 year of eligibility left. Looking at his career passing statistics, his 2022 season was the biggie. 250 completions on 392 attempts, 64. That's good for 64%. Threw 6 picks to 20 touchdowns and 2,967 yards. And then in 7 games this year, he missed some games due to injury. Howard Cross, sacked him, and Leonard got hurt, missed a few games. Looked a lot worse than just a few games, but Leonard bounced back. 58% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, 1,100 passing yards, but again, didn't get a ton of action. So a guy coming in with 4,450 yards, 24 career touchdowns, and 10 picks. So, Tim, we'll pop on the film. Initial thoughts. Notre Dame gets Riley Leonard. Auburn, Texas A&M, Ohio State were some of the other schools in pursuit, but Notre Dame gets this one done.
He's an athlete. I think that's the first thing that pops off. And when you say athlete, he's a guy that's gonna cause havoc for some defensive coordinators, because you're going to have to respect him at all times. You're going to have someone accounting for him at all times, because he'll take off. As we're watching right here, he'll just take off and just go. He's a bigger Ian Book. I know that's been talked about a ton. He's a big, strong, powerful player. This is one of the best runs against Clemson. Down there for a touchdown. He's a competitor. And that really pops out on the film. You just, when you watch a full game of him, as we saw against Notre Dame this year, he comes out at each and every play. He's got a really good arm. Is it, a cannon for 70 yards? That, Notre Dame probably doesn't even have a guy to throw the ball 70 yards down the field, so it doesn't matter. But he is really, really electric in that intermediate. He could throw the ball 40 yards deep when need be. I really like him. He's got a quick release, a real quick release when you watch it and you read about some of the NFL people, what they think of him. Obviously, after his 2022 season, which he was honorable mention all ACC out there in his first year starting. So, and just another big thing on him is the coach that recruited him was David Cutcliffe, one of the top quarterback coaches in America. Offered him, got him for a year, and then obviously he had 2 fantastic seasons with Mike Elko. So, really exciting because he's completely different than the last 2 transfers, Jack Cohn and Sam Hartman, which were pocket guys. He is an athlete, not comparing him to Heisman guys or anything like that, Mike, but look at the guys that were finalists for the Heisman, guys that could run, get in the movement in the pocket, get on the perimeter, and get the ball downfield when need be. And if you don't spy on them and respect their legs, he will run you to death.
So, Tim, that is 3 quarterback transfers in 4 years. Of course, you mentioned Jack Cohn, Sam Hartman, and now Riley Leonard. Are you okay with kind of the trend of Notre Dame, continuing to go after, the transfer portal? It's not something that Notre Dame wants to do, but I mean, it kind of feels like, hey, it's a season by season thing. They think they need this for this year.
No, that's a great point, Mike. It is a season by season of seeing what that quarterback room is. And I mean, we could sit here and talk for days with Notre Dame fans about some of the recruiting misses at quarterback, almost like full years without a guy. You got obviously Pine, Brendan Clark didn't hit, Phil Dracovic transferred when everyone thought he was going to be the guy. When Ian Book came back, Buckner get hurt. Mike, it's like wide receiver recruiting. When you go wide receiver recruiting, quarterback recruiting, really over a 4 or 5 year period, this is why Notre Dame's in this situation these last couple of years, just trying to figure out a guy. Wide receiver recruiting's gotten better. Quarterback recruiting, obviously, the last couple of classes are getting better. Eventually, one of those guys is going to step up and, take the ball and say, I'm the guy for the next few years. And, I've always expected that to happen in 2025. You got Riley Leonard. Does he start 12 games like Sam Hartman? Start 12 games, obviously, like Jack Cohn? We'll find out. But if he doesn't, I truly believe Notre Dame is in a better position in 2024. Steve Angeli's got more reps this year. Obviously, he's going to have a bowl game start. We're expecting. And then obviously Minchie, CJ Carr. Those three quarterbacks are better than what Notre Dame's had the last couple of years as a backup group. So I think Notre Dame is going to get in a better position here real soon.
I would agree. Like, I think that the quarterback room is as good as it's been in a long time, assuming that no one leaves before the start of next season. Riley Leonard, Steve Angeli, Kenny Minchie, and then CJ Carr, kind of like the crown jewel of the future, if you will. Yeah, pretty exciting for that quarterback room moving forward. Do you anticipate Notre Dame's offense kind of changing much with this guy? Like, well, I don't know. Think. What do you think?
You know what? I really hope it's a lot like 2021, what we saw the last half with Jack Cohn. His Jack Cohn strength, just quick release, RPOs, getting the ball out quickly. I think Riley Leonard does a lot of that. I think we will see much more, run pass option type of passes, quick game. Play action was the big thing, obviously, with Sam Hartman. We saw so little of it. You have to do that with Riley Leonard because I think they're going to have someone spying on him, attached to him at all times, taking someone out of coverage, which play action, go over the top with some of these wide receivers. I think the wide receivers are going to be better in 2024 than 2023 because it's a solid group, older guys, and then those, once again, recruiting. The younger guys in the freshman, sophomore classes are better than what Notre Dame's had the last 4 years. So I think it's on an upswing, Mike, and that's not being Pollyannish. Believe me, I know we look at everything, bad and good, and try and find something in the middle. The 2024, we'll talk records and things of that nature down the road, but player-wise, depth-wise, is going to be stronger at quarterback and wide receiver. It just is with numbers.
There you go, folks. Riley Leonard, Duke quarterback, committing to Notre Dame, expecting him to be QB1 for the Fighting Irish in 2024. What do you think about this news? Drop it in the comments, but make sure you hit that thumbs up on the video, of course, as well. Subscribe to our channel if you are new here. Head to blueandgold.com for much more on this news. And as always, we will catch you next time.